Good afternoon and welcome back to Dusty Desert Homestead, where the sun is really bright and the temperatures get really hot. Today's a really nice day. Actually, it's only going to be about in the upper 80s, I think it is, mid to upper 80s, so it's pretty nice for Arizona. Today's topic I want to talk about is the feed that we use. Um, I don't know if I've mentioned how many chickens we have. I mean, we raise meat birds, we raise laying birds, and we raise birds for breeding and egg laying. So we have a variety of foods or feed that we have to use, which gets expensive. So I wanted to get something more combined instead of buying a bunch of different stuff. Obviously, the meat bird stuff we have to buy a little separate, but I do mix some of that with my egg laying birds because of the high protein in there. Strive to get about 50 to 60% protein into the feed that we give them on top of the natural pasture grass or whatever they do when they free range and stuff. But one of the brands of foods that we like to use is called Kruse. It's a very good. I'm very pleased with this feed. It's really nice. It's well balanced. This particular one's called Super Egg. This is great. Bit of like scratch and already has some I guess oyster shell stuff in it. I believe it's called. Yeah, oyster shell, whole wheat, corn, cracked Milo. It comes with all kinds of stuff on top of some vitamins and some other supplements in there. I mean, the list is incredible. This is what's all in this feed. So if you want to use something for egg laying, this is what you want to use. Now, the drawback to this one is it is a pellet form, and I love the ingredients, but my chickens didn't like the pellet forms. I found that they were picking through their feed and throwing the pellets out on the floor. So I was like, come on, guys, this stuff's not cheap. But the nutrition value in this stuff is incredible. So what I ended up doing was I switched to a just a layer crumble that they had. Now it doesn't have all that other extra stuff in it. It's just a straight layer crumble. Let me see if I have one here. I've got it right here. This is the layer crumble, and you'll see that on the ingredients it's not quite as long. It's still really good. Their layer crumble comes with oyster shell already in it. Now, why I like this one is because it's a crumble. It's the chickens like crumble. I don't know. They just get finicky about the pellets for some reason. Meat bird feed that I use for our meat birds, and it does really good. An all flock. It's a game bird type all flock. If you really look at meat bird feed and game feed and all flock feed, they're almost all the same thing, no matter what brand that you're using. These guys, you've got to be careful when you go in to buy this game bird feed. I made a mistake thinking this was the one I wanted, and I bought 2 bags of this stuff, and it turned out that this was a turkey starter type mash. So it was real fine, real powdery. It's not what I wanted to get. But the bag looked exactly like what I usually get, which has the red tag. And you can see the bag is identical. Hey, look, see? One's red, one's white. The bags are identical. Identical. But this is the one I like using for meat birds. It's the game bird turkey all-purpose crumble. This thing's running about 20% crude protein. So that's really high. If you go look at most meat bird stuff, it is 20%. I think Purina's out there maybe at 30, I'm not sure. But this one I like because it's such high protein. And the turkey mash one is actually at 30%. But my birds don't like it. They don't like that real fine powder stuff. They don't like the pellet, and they don't like the really fine mashy stuff. They like crumble. I wish they would have liked this. This is 30% protein. Supplement this into our laying birds to give them that boost of protein. And they do have feathers. They do lay eggs. They just don't need calcium all the time. They need a lot of protein, because if you look at how a chicken operates, it grazes around, it eats seeds, it eats grass, whatever is out there. They pretty much eat everything, but they also eat a lot of insects, bugs. They eat rodents also. So they do have a high intake of protein that they need to maintain their feathers and all kinds of good stuff, their egg laying as well. So as a lot of us get focused in on calcium, which is good, but if you stick with a higher protein, it's better. For as far as our baby chick, this one right here is called a super chick. And this one's got a whole lot of good stuff in it. I don't have a lot of time to show you all the ingredients, but if you get a chance, look them up online, check out the ingredients. It's really, really good stuff. Crude protein on their chick feed is about 21%. It's a crumble, it's fortified diet, and probiotics, and 21% protein for their chicks. So this is good to start off your chickens with. One additional product that I do use, and I like this product because bar ale stuff here, I use this as well. This is kind of a non-GMO type thing, and the chickens seem to love it. Kind of looks like this. And this bar ale stuff comes out of California. And let's see if they have the ingredients on here. Okay, so their ingredients in this is wheat, whole milo, whole pea, chips, green safflower seeds, whole black oil sunflower, oat groats, whole recleaned oats, flaxseed, and safflower oil. Talk about some good ingredients. So I usually will take this stuff right here, excuse me, with some layer crumble, and I'll also take a little bit of that game bird feed and put it in there. So basically on the mix, I will use a 1-for-1, 1 scoop crumble, 1 scoop of the bar ale, and then a scoop of the Kruse game bird feed. Another good scratch that Kruse has is this one here. It's called a Super 9. Okay, and this Super 9 runs about a 10% crude protein, crude fats 4%, crude fibers 5, and ash is 5. So it's got a good amount of stuff. This has 9 ingredients, clean feed, omegas 3 and 6, and supplemental food. And this is a really good scratch. Sometimes I'll take this and I'll mix it with that layer crumble if I can't get any of the bar ale. So bar ale and this one is my 2 favorite scratches if you haven't figured that out yet. But yeah, Kruse feed, if you haven't tried them out, I'd probably give it a shot, because my chickens lay really good eggs, and their shells seem to be really solid, and the chickens seem to be healthy. When molting season came around, they actually molted and recovered really quick, because I think part of that is because of the high protein diet that we put them on. But if you look here, this company has been around since 1935, so they know something. You know, they got some kind of experience. It says here, we've been to quality animal food for farms and families since 1935. Our mission today is the same as it was in the beginning. Make great nutritionist products, sell them at a fair price, and bring goodness to the animals and the people that care for them. And that's the products that we use and like to stick to a lot. I know there was a time where everybody was having problems with other feed. I think it was Producer's Pride and Purina, stuff like that. I did use those in the past, and they seem to work. I didn't have the issue with them stop laying eggs, and part of the reason for that is because I had already switched over to Kruse, and I wasn't doing the Producer's Pride that much. But prior to all that issue, I was using nothing but Producer's Pride, and I was getting eggs. But I just didn't use it during that time frame. Everybody else was having their problems. So I can't really speak for them if their product's good. And I still go and get them. If I can't get a hold of Kruse, I'll use them as a supplement every now and then, just to have some feed. Because I'll tell you what, when you're feeding meat birds, and we have about 29 meat birds, they will go through a bag of these a week, at least a bag a week of these. Especially the bigger they get and getting towards their finish time, they're going to be eating about 2 bags a week. I mean, they eat a lot. So, but I wanted to take today and share with you what we feed our birds, and maybe I'll put up here at the end of this video a little picture of what the feed looks like, and maybe a little clear picture of the bag. So hopefully that helps give you some information on some good quality feed. I'm going to try out some other ones too, just to give my review on them. But I really like Kruse, so I'm going to stick with Kruse for a little while, and I will supplement and try out some other stuff. So with that, hope you guys have a great day and enjoy your lives, and make sure you spend time with your family and learn to be self-sufficient. Grow your own food, create your own food, stop relying on everybody, rely on yourself, rely on your skills, and rely on what you're capable of doing. So you have a good day, and thanks for watching another episode of Dusty's Desert.